That's a good look of him. Yes.
Need something?
Dragon would wait. What are we going to tell my mom? I mean, we can't just go back there and say, "Hey mom, guess what? I'm pregnant with the Dragonborn's baby." I'm just worried, I guess. But we don't have much time before I start showing. What then? Dragonborn, are you proposing to me? Okay, let's go then.
Rigmor!
Mom!
Ingol informed us of Leowin's defeat. There seems to be some confusion regarding the outcome of the, yes, the war.
We went to parley at the Emperor's request. The Emperor, attacked Dragonborn.
By the gods, what happened?
I think it's plainly obvious. I take it things didn't end well for him.
Dragonborn is now the Emperor of Cyrodiil and the Empire.
My word.
Your most imperial, royal majesty.
There will be a coronation after the interim phase, so Blackwell can make the necessary arrangements for the coronation. Come on, let's all sit down.
Forgive me, your majesty, as this has come as a bit of a shock.
You got that right.
Indeed. But what about you, my lady?
I am the new High Queen of Cyrodiil. Seems there was something in that prophecy after all, Freyathov. Bruma is to become a royal city, so nothing would need change here, apart from my name.
Change your name, child? What do you mean?
Blackwell wants me to change my name to Rigmor Mead before the coronation.
Might I make one small suggestion? As you know, Carice and myself have always worked tirelessly to protect and serve the descendants of Morgan of Winterhold.
Your point?
Morgan, as you know, was the first child of Titus Mede I. You could respect her memory of that by assuming the name of Rigmor Morgan Mede. It has a nice ring to it, don't you think? Don't you think?
Thanks, Sam. You know, I really like that.
But what I don't understand is, how is all of this going to work out? If Rigmor is the High Queen of Cyrodiil, then your Majesty must not only be the Emperor, but also the High King.
What of the prophecy, my child? Are you...
Mom, we need to talk.
Rigmor? What is it? Is there something wrong?
In private.
What happened, Your Majesty? And what about Morag?
Well met.
Ah. And my mistress? My word.
The Dragonborn and Boethia versus Molag Bal and his minions. Who would ever conceive of such an epic event? What then, Majesty? I take it you went straight after Leowen?
But you mentioned the Falmor. I know of him. Of course, I haven't been back to the Isles for many years, but the family is well known. Valandrus, I think. Yes, that's where his family hail from. Very well respected.
What about the red diamond? Did you pick it up? Jonte was telling us about... Oh.
Ah, yes. Apparently the destruction of the Bridge of Sighs would ultimately cause it to collapse in upon itself. Didn't Sefri tell you that would occur if the Soul Gem reached its zenith? Ah. If the Soul Gem were allowed to reach its zenith, destroying itself, it would indeed have caused a rift. But also, it would have left behind a black diamond. If it had, an amulet of kings made with it would have been able to reverse the sacrifice of Martin Septim, not only allowing Daedra to pass into the mortal world along with Cold Harbor, but also to banish the gods. Thankfully you destroyed it in time, but instead of leaving a black diamond, it would have left a red diamond in its place. An amulet of kings made with a red diamond? We're not entirely sure.
Only the Chosen One could wear it. Whether the diamond was black or red makes no difference. But we can assume it could be used to relight the dragon fires, and it could result in many outcomes. banish both the divines and Daedra for meddling in the affairs of mortals completely. Possibly it could equalize the influence of them, but at a reduced amount, strengthening the sacrifice of Martin Septim. It would, of course, be useless without the fulfillment of the prophecy, and we talked about that before, Majesty. By the gods! Majesty!
Well, that's all rather inconvenient. What happens next?
Careful there, friend.
Of course, that would put everything in order and make things right.
No one need know Lady Rigmor is pregnant before the wedding. We keep this to ourselves. Majesty, does Lady Rigmor know what fate awaits her?
Dragonborn, I'm going to the cathedral to gather my thoughts for a little while. Maybe, I don't know, find some solace. When you're done here, would you come get me? Okay.
Poor girl. So, Master Freofoth, what fate awaits her? Please do share.
Majesty?
Ah. Well, no wonder the poor girl needs to find solace.
What? How? Of course. Forgive me. It must be a trying time for both of you.
Majesty, let us hope the gods keep their word, for all our sakes. And in the meantime, I'll send that ruffian, that scoundrel, that rapscallion Jimmy Tenfingers to search Nagasel for the diamond. It should still be there, unless... Unless, of course, someone else knew in advance what would occur. But for the present, perhaps it would be best to speak to Sigrun to alleviate any concerns about the future she might have. Majesty?
come, Dragonborn. Is there something wrong? What is it?
I'll leave you both alone and wait outside in the hallway.
Please take a seat. Now, what is it, Dragonborn? Please continue. I've noticed how Rigmor looks at you, follows you around like a lost little puppy. I have only ever wanted the best for her, and because of you, we can all live normal, happy lives. Don't be afraid to ask. You are, and always will be, part of our family. Of course, you both have my blessing. This is so exciting! Have you both decided where you'll get married? I know of a small chapel. That's so lovely! We can hold the banquet and celebrations afterward here at the castle. It's such a pity Ragnar isn't here to give her away. He would be so very proud of you both. Don't worry, leave that to me. Now go. Make sure you choose the right dress. The best place is at the Imperial City. She will also need a veil and tiara.
Who is to be your man of honor?
Please don't invite that obnoxious elf. Then go, with my blessing, and prepare for the big day. Farewell, Dragonborn. Something the matter?
Majesty, is there anything I can do to help? Well met. Please, let me help. I know exactly the dress she would want to wear at the ceremony. I have to travel to the Imperial City to speak to Blackwell, and to pick up some items for my father. Lady Rigmor has appointed me her lady-in-waiting. Once she moves to the palace, I need to arrange my new quarters. I could pick up the dress. That would save you time. Do you have a ring in mind? Know about the child? Yes, they talked about it. I think Lady Sigurd's fears for her and the child would now have been made a lot less stressful. Now you have honoured her with her blessing. Lady Sigurd might not show it, but with all that's happened lately, it has taken its toll on her. I will. Did Rigmor tell you she was going to try and find solace at the cathedral? How about you, Majesty? Are you coping all right with all that's happened recently? My apologies. I didn't mean to offend. Majesty.
Yes? Need something?
Hey, Dragonborn. What took you so long? I was just thinking about, how we ended up here. It's strange. Because all that we just went through, it just seems like... I don't know. A long time ago. I came here because it might help stop the thoughts in my head. From just racing around and around. But it just keeps going on and like all this noise. And it won't stop, Dragonborn. It won't stop. It's not like you haven't probably got the same thing happening to you too, right? And here I am, going on as if I'm the only one in the world with some kind of divine burden. I came here because I thought if I prayed, if I asked for mercy, then maybe the gods might let me live. Yeah, I know. Dragonborn, I don't want to die. Okay? Well, shall we ask them? I mean, we're all here, right? Hey! Yes, you! Gods! Here I am, your chosen queen, Rigmor Morganmead, High Queen of Cyrodiil. Here I am, right here, so don't be shy. I dare you to show your faces here. What are you afraid of? Why won't you show yourselves? Haven't you taken enough? My childhood, my future, and now you want to take my life? I want to live. I won't let you take my baby. I won't let you mess up her life like you did mine. She never asked for any of this. Come on! Come on, you cowards! Where are you hiding? Are you afraid of me? I only wanted to live a normal life. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. Yes. I'm sorry. What? I understand. I can. But I'm scared. Yes. I understand. I love him. I think I already knew that. I'll try. I will. I It's all right, Dragonborn. Everything is going to be all right. No, What?
I can't explain it. I was filled with a sense of overwhelming love. And that everything was going to be all right. And not to worry. But there was also something else. I could feel sorrow. No, remorse. I felt a deep sadness, Dragonborn. Dragonborn, I love you. Yes, of course. Have you spoken to my mother? You know I want a white wedding, right? Here, in this cathedral. Yeah, well, I will need time to choose a dress. Are you kidding? Dragonborn, if I'm going to get married, it has to be done right. No, it has to be perfect. Duh. Oh, I am so looking forward to the ring. You do have an idea for the ring, right? Have you heard of the legend of the white gold, diamond, and ruby-encrusted ring of the lost alien Princess Pilvi and Nesh? Dragonborn. Don't tell me you haven't heard of the legend of the white gold, diamond, and ruby-encrusted ring of the lost alien Princess Pilvi and Nesh. This is going to be the best wedding ever. I am so excited. You know I love you more than anything, right? So, who's going to be your second? You know, weddings and ceremonies usually require either a best man or woman or person of honor, that sort of thing. Well, you do know that now that you've proposed, we can't see each other, right? Until the wedding day. Nuh-uh. None of that. I have a lot of organizing to do. Well, actually, you have a lot of organizing to do. When you have everything ready and arranged, send your best man to talk to Carice. Bye!
Majesty, we have been looking everywhere for you. Court Advisor Malison and I have been trying to locate Jimmy Tenfingers, but he is nowhere to be found. We would send Captain Grimbold, but he's feeling under the weather. To Nagasel, the diamond?
Ah, Majesty, it seems we have found ourselves in the most unfortunate situation. We can't seem to locate that scallywag, Jimmy.
Jimmy Tenfingers.
Ah, yes, thank you, Master Freofoff. Yes, him. Anywhere, really. We thought you might have an idea on how to proceed.
Yeah, come on.
Majesty, we could not allow it. You are far too important a person to risk yourself where bottom crawlers may be lurking. Speaking of which, we could send Sefri. He enjoys traveling to far-flung, desolate corners of Tamriel, rubbing shoulders with scurrilous vermin. And he's been there before as well, so he knows his way around a little bit, you know. And he's been there before. Well, that settles it then. Please excuse me, a warm fire and a plate of hot food are calling, and my bones are not suited to being out in the cold too long. Majesty?
Sefri is in Skyrim as far as I know. But if your majesty needs anything else... Aha, that's quite a story to tell. Please, may I suggest we find a nice warm corner inside the Tap and Tack?
Yes?
Now then, Pilvi Hinesh. Yes. She was an alien princess when the Wild Elves ruled Cyrodiil many millennia ago. Originally, the aliens worshipped the Aedra, like most of the civilized world. Their main god was Auriel. But slowly over time, the aliens forsook their old gods and began worshipping the Daedra. But Pilvi Hinesh remained loyal and devoted to Auriel, and took the last of the Aedra-worshipping aliens out of Cyrodiil and settled in Hammerfell. They built a city for themselves, away from the madness of the king, who was madly in love with Pilvi. He promised her everything to come back, even that he would forsake the Daedra if only she would love him. Pilvi spurned the king, and his retribution was cruel and absolute. The king tried one last time to win Pilvi's heart. He arrived at Nyasel and promised her anything she wanted in return for her love. He begged and threw himself at her feet. Again she spurned the king, and in his rage he called upon the powers of the Dark Lord Molag Bal. The city the princess had built she named Nyasel, the Hall of Life, and it is said Auriel blessed the very ground Pilvi walked upon. In 2 nights he buried the city deep under the earth. The ground shook and quaked, and it is said tremors could be felt as far away as Morrowind. Nyasel, the Hall of Life, was buried, forever gone from this world. And as a last deranged act of madness, the king built another city on top of the ground where once Pilvi's city stood. He called the new city Nagasel, Hall of Death. The very same. Why the interest in Pilvi Hinesh? Aha! The legendary white gold diamond and ruby encrusted ring of the lost alien princess Pilvi Hinesh. Why would you want to take on such a perilous task? Many have tried, and all have failed. Well, at least you get to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. I fear it's time to be getting back to the keep. Farewell, Majesty. Until next time.
Yes? Force! He's thirsty for blood! Weren't expecting that, were you? Let it be a lesson.
this way.
Oh no,
What is it?
she stole my fucking sweet roll.
Keep looking. She's around here somewhere. If she tries to escape, the boys outside will get her.
Is someone there?
I've had worse. You need to be better than that.
Target practice.
Because you look pretty stupid with an arrow sticking out of the middle of your face, bucko. Yeah, well, just keep your hands where I can see them. What sort of information? Come on now, spit it out. Didn't see anything like that. Although, if I did, you'd be the last to know about it. Well, there were some Thalmor sniffing around a few days ago. Watched them make that bridge over the drought. Whatever it was they were after, however, they seemed to have found it. They didn't hang around long. So, now that I've answered your questions, you can go back the way you came and forget you even saw me. It was buried under the earth by Molag Bal's lackey king who was spurned by the alien Princess Pilvi. What are you, an archaeologist, or just some chancer looking for a quick septum? Who wants to know? You never know till you try. Nice try. You and I, we're going to get along. I'm an archaeologist. Come on, this way. See that tree? It has something to do with the old legend. Neasel was built around a tree of life. Yeah, I know. Not exactly original as far as legends go. But my guess is if there's a way down below into the old city, if at all there is one, you should look for some kind of opening or break in the walls or floor. You check over that side. I'll check over this side. Dragon Boy, over here. See this? This might lead somewhere. Okay, you go first. I hate caves. This looks promising. Could be we found our way in. That way. Follow the eternal flames.
I'll try and make this quick. Easily blocked. I'll try and make this quick.
Never said why you were here. Looking for the lost city, I mean. I heard of that. The white gold, diamond, and ruby encrusted ring of the lost alien princess Pilvi. Are you some kind of treasure hunter? Wow, you must really love her. Where is she from, this Rigmor? Are you for real? Nothing. Forget it. Come on.
That's a good look on you. Whoa, easy now.
Whoa. Look at all these dead. There must have been one bloody battle fought here. What had the power to do
You
that?
look like royalty.
Here it is! Wow! Check this out. There must be something we're missing. This is so freaking amazing. Hold on. There's an inscription. Unrelenting... Yeah, it says unrelenting force. You know anything about these ancient runes? What? Okay.
Force.
I'm sorry I denied you. I'll follow your lead, yeah? Let's take it nice and slow. And be careful. If there is any truth to the legend of the lost alien princess, you'll probably find her in that temple. That's where I'd look. Look at the graves, Dragonborn. So many graves. This is the saddest thing I've ever seen. What the? Did you see that? Was that a ghost or something? I'm gonna stay here. You go ahead. I'll wait for you to come get me, yeah? Wait. Please. Are you a god? Is it you? Have you come back for me, Ariel? Should I be afraid? I waited like you said. Oh. Millennia. They are all gone now. A long time ago. What of the world outside? Did Ariel send you to free us from this place? Because if he did, you are too late. Come.
Let me give you some room.
Who is your little friend? Well, that's wonderful. I haven't talked to anyone in such a long time. I would love to meet her. Look how she runs. The divines bless her little heart. Pilvi Hinish? Pilvi Hinish? As I live and breathe, by the gods. Oh, please forgive me, Princess, or my lady. I didn't mean to sound disrespectful. That is perfectly fine. Now,
what is your name and where are you from?
My name is Luna Shadow, and I'm from Morrowind. Actually, I was born in Bruma, and my dad owned a stable. And I had a big thing with horses, but he wanted to get rich, so he sold everything, and we moved out many years ago. But it didn't help because he died.
Oh, I am so sorry to hear. You are an archaeologist?
Yeah, well, I studied in the library and everything, and the scholar took me under his wing, and he was also an archaeologist and taught me everything he knew. Then I bumped into the Dragonborn, and they was like, Fusro, da! And then the gate opened. But we thought a big fight had happened, and all those dead, burned bodies in the chamber, and I always wanted to find the lost city of Neasel and the City of Life.
Well, now you seem to have found it, Luna Shadow.
And I was kinda hoping you could tell us what happened.
Oh. You want to hear my story, Luna Shadow? I'm afraid it's not a very happy one. Many millennia ago, my people forsook their gods. The world as we knew it began to change. They turned to the Daedra for the power and riches they promised. As a result, they became corrupt and perverse. Ariel came to me in a dream and told me to lead the last of his truly devoted out of Cyrodiil and to build a new city away from the madness, away from the chaos and cruelty. We came here to Hammerfell and discovered the Tree of Life. It had wonderful, magical properties, and we decided to stay and build our home on top of the mountain. We called the city Neasel, the City of Life. From the heights, we could defend our new home. No one could touch us, no one could torture us, or burn our children. You see, my people had descended into darkness. Ariel was broken-hearted. This, what you see here, is all that's left of our city, after a mad god-king called upon the power of the dark Daedra guards, and buried us deep into the earth when I refused to accept his love. The Daedra helped him in his rage of rejection, and even sent their minions through hell gates, but we fought them heroically. But it wasn't enough. The earth quaked as the city was forced deeper and deeper into the ground, and it seemed all was lost. As we prepared to do what had to be done so all of us would not be taken alive, Ariel appeared as a flame god, an avatar of a dragon, and breathed fire down onto them, destroying their hell gates, petrifying them into scorched effigies of rock, forever frozen in time. He created a seal to protect us, and promised he would return to free us when it was safe to do so. He gave me a diamond and ruby-encrusted ring, which contained a drop of his blood. As long as I wore the ring within the seal, I would live forever.
What about the others?
They all perished over time. We had no desire to live here trapped under the earth, not knowing if we would ever be able to return to the surface. If anyone knew we were alive down here, they would probably have found a way to capture us, a fate worse than death. So to save any suffering, we had no children. It was better that way. But it was a self-inflicted wound. I realize that now. Ariel had wanted us to flourish, and I failed him. I betrayed us all, and he cast me aside to forever suffer in remorse as punishment for my crime.
You don't know that. Maybe he couldn't reach you. Isn't that right, Dragonborn?
So, I can go home now?
Things have so changed now. Cyrodiil is completely different. You could come with us. Couldn't she, Dragonborn? There's peace in the world now. Well, mostly. Dragonborn can find you a place to live in Imperial City. You know, like the Citadel?
You are so kind, Luna Shadow. But I would probably stand out and get some strange looks in this robe.
I have a spare outfit in my bag. Damn, I left it over there. Wait here, I'll be right back.
Bless her. Yet, she calls you Dragonborn. Are you an avatar of Ariel? I know it must be you. Please don't deny me. I have always loved you. Why are you forsaking me? Have I not suffered enough? Please say you have come to take me home. Ariel, I beg you. Please don't leave me here alone. I'm sorry. Forgive me. Did you break the seal? Then I must give you this. Please. Pilvi is fine. Ariel said I should give the ring back to him when he returned to me, or whomsoever breaks the seal. Your little friend returns. Wait here while I gather my things.
Pilvi! Pilvi! I got you something to wear. You won't get any strange looks with this on. Pilvi? Where are you? Pilvi? No! Damn it, no!
Excuse me.
Why does everything I touch turn to shit? Yeah, but you weren't to know. I don't know. Bum around, I guess. You're kidding, right? I think I know who it is. And you had better not be messing with my head, or... Well, come on then. What are we waiting for? Lead the way, yeah?
guess.
Luna?
Riggs!
Hmm?
Luna!
Hi there.
How? Why?
Yes?
It's a long story. You still living in your old house?
It's a long story. Yeah, right, come on.
Dragonborn? I received a message, actually an invitation, but I wanted to speak with you about something. Blackwell summoned me to the palace. Of course, I have heard the news. It's slowly making its way throughout Tamriel, just to let you know. I just wanted to be sure about my new appointment. Of course, it would suit me well. With my naval experience, it makes perfect sense. But please, how thoughtless of me. Congratulations are in order. I heard about that, too. The child. You know you will always have a loyal and trusted friend with me. If there's anything you need, just ask. Let's walk.
Need something?
Majesty, I have the dress already. All that needs to be done is to arrange the ceremony with the priest.
Allow me. I want to be of some use, now that I'm here.
All the guests have been invited. They should be arriving in the next few days. Is there anything else? Majesty?
Do you have a person of honor? It would be my honor to bear witness and hold the rings. As you know, we probably have roughly about 4 years to get ready. Leowyn needs gold. The docks need to be repaired, the ship's built. It was badly damaged by Sethius. I mentioned to Blackwell about the possible involvement from Blackmarsh and High Rock. He, Blackwell, seems concerned about a Lord Malachi. You know of him? Since the King of High Rock is ailing, he has been muscling in on dynastic affairs. Indeed, he had the king adopt a young wastrel, convincing him she was related, and nobility. Malachi was not a friend of the Empire under Mead II, but you know me, I always put 2 and 2 together. I mean the High Rock connection to the Akaviri. We should be wary of him and his ward, the young princess. No need. Blackwell is already investigating everything. All the evidence, the possible connections with High Rock and Blackmarsh.
Ah, Count Baron of Leowyn. I do like a happy ending.
Malisam.
Pleased to make your acquaintance. And now then, Your Majesty, I would imagine you'll be summoned to the palace for the coronation. I do hope my advice is welcomed, as I thrive on situations like these. You know who to watch out for, who might be a problem, that sort of thing. Can we speak privately?
Don't worry, I'll take my leave and go and see the priest.
Make sure you let him know how to move the pews. We are expecting a considerable amount of guests. Damn! Not good, Your Majesty. Not good at all. We need to be in possession of it. Have you spoken to Blackwell about this? Because he needs to know all about it. I do. He has shown his true colors. How do you know it's for Falmor? And you take his word for it? Archaeologist? Bah, Tomb Raider is more likely. Just a common thief. For all we know, he could have the diamond on his person. We have to ask ourselves why the Falmor would even know about such a thing, and how the Falmor knew where to look. Count Camillus of Valandrus? He has been promoted to envoy of the Aldmeri Dominion and will be at the coronation. In fact, most of the royal houses and our own noble houses will be there. So this should be a chance to repair any fractures with Coral and Cheydinhal. Consider this conversation a little heads up on what to expect. All we have to do now is prepare for the Royal Union. So relax a while. We want you ready and fit for the big day.
Rise and shine, your most royal, majestic highness of highnesses. Hand me the ring you have for Rigmor, and we'll get you in ship shape for the ceremony. Dragonborn? I just wanted to be sure. Are you marrying Rigmor? Oh, it's nothing. Of course. Make sure to wear something nice. I'll meet you downstairs. Majesty, I just want to take this opportunity to wish you and Rigmor all the best. Understood. Thank you. Everyone is waiting. Are you ready? Majesty, it shall be my honor.
Good morning.
Need something? See you.
Speak. Need something?
Welcome, Majesty. It is a privilege and an honor to be the officiant in such a prestigious union. Are there any questions before we start? Then, let us begin. We are gathered here today in the presence of the Nine Divines to bear witness to this most holy union. To join in matrimony, the Emperor, His Most High Majesty of Cyrodiil and the Empire, to Rigmor Morgan Mead, High Queen of Cyrodiil, daughter of Ragnar and Sigurd of Bruma. If any amongst us wish to bear false witness or object to this union, then let it be heard, or forever hold your peace. Your most majestic highness, You have chosen this woman, Rigmor Morgan Mead, High Queen of Cyrodiil, to be your lawful wedded wife. Do you promise to love and respect her always and stand by her side through whatever may come? And do you, Rigmor, High Queen of Cyrodiil, take His Most Majestic Highness, the Emperor of Cyrodiil and the Empire, to be your lawful wedded husband? Do you promise to love and protect him always, and stand by his side through whatever may come?
I do.
Your Majesty, is there anything you would like to say to Rigmor before the exchange of rings?
Dragonborn.
Rigmor, is there anything you would like to say before the exchange of rings?
I love you more than you could ever know. You are my best friend, my life's companion, my savior and my champion. When you are near to me, my heart beats so fast it sometimes hurts. But I would give my life for you in that heartbeat. No questions asked, without a second thought. My love for you has always, and always will be, true. You are my soulmate. Oh, my sweet, wonderful, beautiful Dragonborn. My love.
And now the exchange of the rings of commitment. Rigmor?
I give you this ring as a symbol of my undying love, with no beginning or end. It is a token of my commitment and devotion to you.
Your Majesty?
Damn. I had it a moment ago. 1 second. Where? Aha! Here it is.
Dragonborn.
By the authority vested in me by the 9 divines, I pronounce you united in holy matrimony. You must now seal the marriage with a kiss.
Thank you for the ring, Dragonborn. It's beautiful. It was my father's. Everybody, thank you all for being here for me. No, for us, the Dragonborn and I, on this wonderful day. Especially my mom, and of course Valandrus. It means so much to me. Friathof Sethri, who has behaved himself, and even you, Melisam. Only joking. It's such a beautiful thing to be surrounded by all my friends. Luna, Carice, and you two, Tish and Bee, Cassius, Zan, and Gol, and Angie. It's been quite a ride, huh? And not forgetting you too, Cyrilla. It's wonderful to see you again. Thank you all. And of course, the Dragonborn.
Right, let's all head back up to the keep for the feast. I'm bleeding starving. You too, Balin.
Oh.
Dragonborn? I know Valandrus would like a word, so I'm going to go back into the keep with the girls. I'll see you there for the feast. This is the happiest day of my life.
Dragonborn. This one had been waiting for a good time to visit my child. Khajiit didn't want to interfere in Rigmor's life too much, and visited every few months to advise in private, but having received word from the Lord Chancellor of the imminent coronation and the invitation to the union from Sigurd, this one thought it wise to travel from elsewhere early as not to miss the ceremony, and is very happy with the union and your rise to the throne. Elsewhere has not changed for time that is long. 2 tribes, 2 factions. Yet, Khajiit's belly rumbles, and walls have ears that stretch over borders. Dragonborn might walk and talk with old Khajiit to Castle Keep, where this one can wine and dine.
Yes, Emperor. All set? Something on your mind?
It is the job of the Khajiit to keep abreast of the politics of the realms elsewhere deals with. The disappearance of the Emperor was to cause the chain of events that led you here. This one believes the blame can be directly laid at the feet of the Elder Council. If they had taken more care, they would not have found themselves in exile. But it afforded them distance from Blackwell's scrutiny. Upset a lot of people indeed, that Sitius was making a success of his rule. And they feared to intervene because of Morag. Then you turned up and all that changed. Now they fear you. Cameus presented himself, and they could not resist sending him to Table Mountain. Part of their deal was to eliminate Blackwell and reinstate the Talmor. Dragonborn, Did you not suspect anything untoward? They presented half the story to High Queen Elisif, and others who had no idea of their ultimate goal of having a puppet on the throne. You see, they thought it was going to be Rigmor seated upon the ruby throne, and that she would have to destroy Blackwell to do it. Hence, of all those signatures, they knew this one signature was the most important to Rigmor and yourself. Azura thought Cameus was crucial to the plan of the Nine, but did not know why. She sent a seer to advise Khajiit to sign the paper. Although Cameus appears to represent the Elder Council, he is playing them at their own game. Do you know why that might be? The child being called the Chosen One via prophecy? This in itself will pose a danger to Rigmor and the baby. But that wasn't part of the plan. When Cameus arrived back in Alinor and told them that you had become Emperor and not Rigmor, and that Blackwell was now your Lord Chancellor, they flew into a furious rage. Cameus laughed in their faces. He knows Blackwell will have them all executed if they dare place a foot inside Cyrodiil. The Dominion cares not for the Council. They only want the white gold Concordat reinstated. Maybe the Council would become valued hostages to win over Blackwell's influence. Cameus may not be the only one you have to worry about. Be cautious of the Elder Council, Dragonborn. They have money, and that equals power. You must be vigilant at all times, Dragonborn. Bruma is such a wonderful city, don't you think? The previous Count of Bruma and his wife were wonderful, warm people, who Rigmor would have befriended had she been allowed to lead a normal life. Same with the previous Count of Leowin before the Troubles. The Emperor bestowed the titles to Rigmor in an attempt to lessen the guilt for abandoning Rigmor's family to the demands of the Talmor and the Elder Council. Dragonborn, this one cannot predict the future, but you have a friend in Elsewhere.
Careful there, friend.
Majesty.
Something on your mind? What would you have me do? I will aid you if I can. Speak to me. If you need anything else, just... Uh-huh. What's next? You want to talk? All set?